Alright, hey, what's going on out there, folks? It is Earthmaster, Tuesday, 8:40 p.m. here, West Coast time, and talking about a major hurricane about ready to strike the panhandle of Florida. Really close, on the verge of actually becoming a Category 4 hurricane strength storm. It's pretty major. And likely, very likely, to do a tremendous amount of devastation out there in the region, in a wide swath of region as well. Current updated information on Hurricane Michael shows this thing at 127 mile per hour sustained winds with gusts up to 155. So 127, that puts it at a strong Category 3 hurricane. Now this thing is intensifying. On the infrared image, you can see the eye wall starting to develop rather nicely, and this thing will no doubt be Category 4 before the night's over. Not for sure exactly how strong this thing's going to be, but we're definitely looking at a Category 4 strength hurricane with winds anywhere between 130 and 156 miles per hour. I don't believe this thing's going to go Category 5 if it does, but that's not going to be good whatsoever. That would be 157 mile per hour winds plus. There's not much time for this thing to continue to strengthen, but it definitely has made a rapid growth and strengthening over the past couple days. I remember the folks saying that this thing would just be Category 2, maybe a Category 3 by the time it makes landfall. Now it's completely worst case scenario. Anyway, something to watch, folks. I'm going to continue the stream all night and into the day tomorrow and give periodic updates and try to have the most updated information for you guys out here. Current webcam right there at Sandpiper Beacon Beach there in Panama City. I guess this here is the East Cam live. Shows some waves kicking up pretty good, and of course the wind kicking up as well. Not for sure how long this thing is going to stay online, and I'm talking about the webcam itself. Of course, with 130 mile per hour plus winds, it's going to knock down power lines and ultimately take out any webcams that's going to be in the area. But if this one happens to go down, I will try to find a different one, or at least one that may be running. That way we can see what's going on out there in the Gulf region. Right now, latest satellite or radar image shows some outer bands of the rain just starting to hit Port St. Joe region there on that tip, and Panama City, where this webcam is just to the northwest of the region right there. And definitely something to pay attention to, folks. It's going to be a major rainmaker, and the wind is going to be the big thing. I have a feeling. Eye wall is still expected to be right around the Port St. Joe region, if not right in between Panama City and Port St. Joe. This ultimately will affect Tallahassee region and areas, well, pretty much the entire panhandle over here, including looks like over here around Fort Walton Beach. Not going to get the brunt of the system, well, pretty darn close, I think. But a wide area is definitely going to be consumed, so to speak, by Hurricane Michael. I do want to show you guys the most recent computer generated map right here. This here is the NAM 3KM model. This kind of gives some more details, a little bit better details than the GFS models. This here is the current position of Hurricane Michael. I'm going to put this thing into motion and show you guys a little bit of action here. speed it up a tad bit. Let's pause it right about, let's go back here. Let's take it back right about there, just right about before landfall. Take a look at that pressure, definitely way down there. About 931 on the pressure right there in the red, if you guys can see that. Right above the L, which is the center of the hurricane. That's pretty low, folks. And definitely some strengthening going on over the next, well, overnight and into the morning. We're looking at landfall for certain regions. I'll show you guys here. But just take a look at that. That's some serious business right there. Once again, with the center of circulation hitting right about smack dab right there. Looks like Panama City may be right in the center of the eye. Right there, right over Panama City. And these weather forecast models are pretty darn accurate. I use them a lot when I'm out storm chasing. They do have their issues, but they're pretty consistent when it gets down to this time frame. So definitely category, no doubt category 3. Category 4, good possibility, very good possibility. It's no doubt going to hit category 4 before sunrise. The thing is it going to weaken any? Is it going to continue to gain strength as it heads towards the land? We will find out in the morning, but a good chance, strong category 3 no doubt, to hit landfall right there around Panama City, possibly category 4. So this here is a rough time frame. Of when it's expected here. I think it's going to happen a little bit sooner than 4 p.m. here. I'm thinking about 2, maybe 1 p.m. Around local time there is when we're going to see that thing hit. Of course, these folks here at the AccuWeather still guesstimating category 3, but I'm pretty darn certain category 4 before even the night's over. And it should sustain that level as it makes its way towards the Panama City beach area, and you know, no doubt continue to strengthen there. So time frame here could change, but I think these guys are being a little bit late with their time frame, and that may be just right as the Hurricane Michael is completely over the panhandle, so maybe that may be what they're estimating there. But we're going to see a lot of action well before even 1 o'clock with these outer bands that are now coming in. As you can see there on radar. Let's see if I can zoom out and see if I can get a bigger picture here real quick. . Looks like the eye wall is just visible right there, folks. You see that spinning right there? But then again, it's a lot stronger than what radar is picking up right there. That's just a ways away from the radar station itself. But you can definitely make out a distinct eye right there, and the bands of Hurricane Michael kind of making their way towards the north. Once again, this thing is heading north with 127 mile per hour wind gust or winds, sustained winds with gusts up to 155. Movement at about 10 miles per hour to the north. So yeah, folks, definitely if you got family down there around the area, even if it's not directly in the center of where this thing is going to hit, and that would be Panama City Beach where that webcam is, all that area is definitely going to experience a powerful major hurricane. You know, I know they got evacuations going on. I've seen a couple pictures floating around Facebook of just jam-packed traffic on the interstate, and it's just crazy. But you know, at least those folks are taking warning. They're taking heed. They're getting the heck out of there. This thing is not going to fall apart like that prior hurricane, even though that one dumped a lot of rain in the North Carolina and South Carolina region about a month ago now. This one's holding together rather strongly, and with a lot of wind, and of course a lot of rain with that tropical system there. So anyway, folks, I'm going to end this update video. Please stay tuned to the live stream. If you're watching the update video, come on over to the live stream. We have the latest updated information on Hurricane Michael, which is officially at a strong Category 3 at 127 mile per hour sustained winds with gusts up to 155. Now this thing should update here within the next 10 minutes or so. So we'll be able to take a look at the more recent updated information, and also updated infrared satellite imagery of Hurricane Michael right there. And it looks like the waves are starting to pick up a little bit. Storm surge will be tremendous, no doubt. And like I say, I don't know how long this webcam is going to stay functional. With the loss of power and internet out there in that region, it may be impossible to find a webcam directly within that area, but I will keep trying if this thing does go down. In the meantime, folks, have a good night. We'll update you guys if anything else changes here overnight. If not, we'll chat you guys here in a little bit in the morning. Peace.